Welcome back to Ruapuna and the Sanyong Road Racing Championships.
That race today, it's going to be won or lost by making a break, isn't it? Because once you're in that freight train, it's anybody's.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're going to try and sort of get a good start and have a strong first few laps. The strategy is, in theory, to sort of try and build a bit of a lead, sort of maybe 2 to 3 seconds. That way, if we do encounter back markers, then we sort of have got a bit of a buffer. But no, we're really looking forward to it.
Thanks, mate.
Well, this is the big one for the Eric Wood Motorcycles 600 Sports production here at the Sanyong New Zealand Road Racing Championship. It is the New Zealand Grand Prix, and once again we see an amazing start from Sam Smith. He's going to lead them into the Flexoplast turn. It looks like, well, it'll be Andrew Stroud that'll slot up into second, Pav. Well, so he's got a good start for a change.
Yeah, that's a much better start by Andrew Stroud. Let's see if Sam holds it. Like in the last few races, he's got these cracker starts, and then they've just mauled him.
So young Sam Smith out of Auckland on the Power Horse Energy Drink. Shoei Yamaha out in the front. Stroud in second place. Then it's Seaton on the Sanyong Brian Bernard Racing Yamaha. Coming up the inside of him, his fellow Australian, and that is Scott Charlton. Now, where is Craig Sheriff? There he is. Just got a glimpse of him back in 4th or 5th.
Well, it won't be long. Well, it's always easier when you're following two to outbrake somebody because you know what you've got to do. But when you're out front at this level, just those extra 4 or 5 feet of braking, not quite sure. And that's the difficulty Sam's got at the moment.
Back on board here with Derek McAdam, and he's following one of the Bernard Racing Sanyong Yamahas just ahead of him. I think it might be Chris Seaton. So he's the first of the Kawasaki riders, the man out of Wellington. Derek McAdam finished 3rd in the national title chase on the 600 last year. Here comes the challenge from Sam Smith, and this is Chris Seaton down the inside of him. So it must have been Charlton that McAdam was following, and Seaton hits the front as they hit the dipper again. Sam Smith.
Well, it's getting pretty serious out there. You can just see their body language. They're really aggressive.
So this is the battle. Smith in the front, then it's Sheriff's, then it is Seaton. They work their way through the Jeff's delivery turn, heading down into Nissan and into the dipper now. Oh, and they're going to come up on lap traffic. Now this could make a big difference, and the first one to come up on them will be young Sam Smith. Now, has the racing in Australia hardened him up a bit? Oh, it certainly has. He takes the wheel of Daniel McLaughlin, and he takes Craig Sheriff's. Oh, Sheriff's is beside himself. He's gone from challenging to second to sitting on the grass.
I can hear him swearing from here, Phil.
Well, look at this. While we've been watching that action, Chris Seaton's come up the outside of Sam Smith, and Smith takes it back. Jeez. Well, he's grown another leg, the youngster from Auckland, and he's got the race lead, and I think he's got the win. It's a drag race to the flag, but Sam Smith does it, and that is Craig Sheriff, and you don't see that too often. Here it is on the replay. Watch number 88, dives down the inside. Just a little, don't argue, to Daniel McLaughlin, and the outcome is not good for Craig Sheriff.
Oh, Craig Sheriff was very lucky then that didn't land on him.
So the results after an absolutely pulsating Grand Prix, it is Sam Smith, the New Zealand Grand Prix holder, from Chris Seaton, Andrew Stroud and Scott Charlton.
That was a heck of a race.
Yeah, that was very busy. It was had to work a lot harder than the first race. The track temperature was a little bit colder. I was struggling with drive a little bit out of turns. That's sort of where Craig and Chris Seaton was sort of catching me. And that last lap was just, yeah, that was pretty scary.
All came down to it in the dipper with a bit of lap traffic, huh?
That's right. Yeah, I think I sort of saw the Kawasaki, and I knew that my only chance was to get underneath him, and I just went for it. And unfortunately, he has gone down, so I'm going to have to see how he is, because it was my fault. But it was just one of those racing things. You just see it, and you just got to go for the gap.